Alright, greetings. This is Kronstrife again. This is what I call it, unconventional Crusader BG setup that utilizes max range and gotta have at least one CC in there so that you can stop people from coming up to you and attacking you. So switch over to my PvP gear. Okay, here you can see I have a power and command full powered, all the gem resonance, and it's awakened. Now I'm in the process, since I'm going long range, I'm in the process of doing a bloody reach, and so it's actually I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit better because you'll actually get the max damage output from the bloody reach because you're constantly attacking from far distance. So obviously I'm in gladiator mode. I use a 4-piece V-Thus, 2-piece 4-piece V-Thus and 2-piece Grace, right? Because I'm gonna do this is gonna be mainly it's going to be laser shield, right? Because that's considered a continual damage and channel damage. Okay. Laser shield is pretty slow, but if you combine it with V-Thus and buff yourself up with crit, right? Crit buff, which is the banner on the head, and also it will speed up because it will proc your V-Thus as well. You also have Conjuration of Light. Now I don't use the maximum Conjuration of Light duration just because I feel like just adding a couple, a second or two to that would make a little small difference, but I'm more pure damage, so instead I use the Shining Aster, which increases all my damage during Conjuration of Light when I use it. This is just another way for me to gain extra damage. Okay. I use Tactics and Secrets. This is where the majority of all of my damage is coming from. Obviously, Laser Shield, Awakened, right? I use the Unordained, which is the CC that I have. I use Fittering Thunderhead because when I do my Falling Sword, it can decrease movement by 40% for 4.8 seconds. Even for those who don't get stunned, right? Or if they have a let's just say they have, because of the gladiator, right? If the first stun they get is like it's negated. Well, if that happens, still, what that does is it still creates a 40% decrease in movement speed. And this is great for, especially if you're long range like me, who oftentimes when they're trying to run away, they're running away and my laser is blasting them, and by the time they get towards the end of my laser, then it will just kill them. Alright, same magical charm, 3,170 resonance. And my skills, once again, Falling Sword for the CC, Bubble, Laser Shield, and also Banner. Okay. A few things. Once again, this build is so niche that you just have to have the right kind of skills to make it viable. So I just want to like extra magic skills. That's what I mean. So everything that I have here, skill cooldowns, right? Skill cooldowns. Okay. Let's see. Another skill cooldown. Beneficial effect duration. And same things with here. The key point to this one is for laser is you have to have skill damage as much as you can on all of your pieces. Not only that, you need to reforge them so that you have skill damage on all of them as well too. Okay, not just from the piece. This is the reason why I run this piece, is because I have skill damage. And I haven't found, even though I have higher CR gear, right, compared to this this helmet on a different helm, it doesn't have the right skills. So I use you need to have at least skill damage for on as the majority of all of your legendary pieces. Now the other crucial portion of it is you have to have critical hit damage. Since you already have banner, right? Banner is going to cause you to crit 100%. The only way for you to up your damage is to have critical hit damage. So this one has beneficial effect. That's just another one as well too. So critical hit damage. You can see critical hit damage. Critical hit. Oh, this is a critical hit chance increase. Wish it was critical hit damage. Another one, a critical hit damage. And with skill damage increase. This is actually really good for my build at that point in time. So same thing here. When you do your reforging, you have to have all skill damage increase and all critical hit damage increase as well. The reason why this is so viable is that you can just stay there and just blast your shield, and you can tank pretty much everything because you're going into battle every time with your bubble as much as you can. Right, and basically running away and doing so. The way that I do it is that I can go in there and then do it and then run out, and then if there are a lot of people that continues to attack, then I can use my laser shield from farther away before I become a little bit more brave to go inside, because you're going to need your bubble, and you're going to need your crit buff as well. One of the best things about this is that this is very good for all range type support. So demon hunters and wizards and necromancers, they all benefit you because you are also doing it from long range. Not only that too, if you run with a battle mage that uses ice crystal, right? You can use the ice crystal, and if they're on part of your team, you can use their ice crystal too, and also be in that sort of range where your range will be extended at that point in time. Block chance and damage decrease from players. This is pretty much all my skills on every single one of them. And this one, I'm still getting the damage percent increased when I get my upgrade. It's getting close. I'm almost close to upgrading it. Actually, I have 5,000, and I only have 70 more Beguiling Dust to get to 26, and that'll be pretty good. Okay, so let's get into battle. All right. I forgot a few things. So once again, because of this niche build, it's just so you have to be very specific so far that I've learned. The only way that I really so I've been doing this build for quite a bit now, and I've been trying different types of stats and skills and things like that, but what really pushed it over the edge and made it viable for me to kill, like, if it's, if I'm going against like 3k wings, I'm pretty good with whatever 1500 or 1600 armor penetration, right? But for me, you really need, I mean, the majority, there's a lot of 3Ks people, so then I'm not too worried. But then it's those ones where when you get paired up with some of those 4Ks or 5Ks, where you really need to have armor penetration to get past their because they have so much resonance, right? And so you can see that my armor penetration is just crazy off compared to all of my other armor and potency and resonance and things like that. So you need to build up your armor penetration as well. So what that means is on your skills or on your Paragon, on each, my recommendation first is to get life. Second is armor penetration. Okay. Third is going to be damage, and then lastly it's going to be your armor, right? So right now I'm just building my armor back up so I could be just a little bit more tanky. The reason why I didn't do armor first is because I already have bubble, I already have you know, block chance, right, by some of the skills that I have. So at that point, I didn't really want to be more of a tank because I was already tanking already. So only from here on out, I will be much more of a tanker now that I can actually focus more on putting my Paragon stats into armor. And that's all I have left, is just maxing out my armor. My armor penetration, my damage, and also my damage, life, damage, so it's life, armor pen, then damage, and then armor. So those out of those four, those should be your passive stats that you should max out first before anything, right? So let me say it again. It's going to be life, max out your life first, then max out your armor penetration, then max out your damage, and then move forward with your armor. And that's the way I did it. And so you can see once again that my armor penetration is just off the hook. And once again, all of my gems I'm trying to do and I'm in the process of making this one turn to triangle, but you can kind of see I got a few triangles on the way. I even have a life triangle too, as well too. All right, thanks.